Hi, everybody. Welcome to Live Sessions. I am here today with Nico and the Night Shift. And today is uh, pretty well coming. Like we've been planning this for a little bit, so I'm pretty excited today to get you on. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm very well, thank you. Yep, some technical snafu at the beginning trying to get all set up, but I'm ready now. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I know there's always like some technical issue almost every show. Like it's either me or somebody else, and I never understand. It's like great until we get live, and then it goes live, and you're like, "What happened, man? We had you there." Like,
Oh, shit. Yeah. Oof.
so, well, anyway, what kind of got you into music, and like, how long have you been on this journey?
Oh, yeah. Thanks. Nice to meet you, by the way.
What you do?
I'm from the Olympia area of Washington, and I went to high school at Tumwater, and I started playing like probably at a pretty young age. My dad's like a keyboard player, he's a piano player. He had a
Mm,
studio set up, and I'd always be hanging out in his studio as a kid, and I didn't necessarily think I was gonna be a music. It didn't like register. It's not like I had the thought musician or not musician. It was just kind of always there,
yeah,
and I felt like I got exposed at a young age, and later on I ended up picking up the guitar in high school, and just felt like I could tinker. As you can see, this is my house, but I got a drum set set up and all these mics, and I've just kept finding that I love spending time making music. And I did that first, like junior year of high school. I was like just making music. I wasn't going to perform it. I was just making and messing around and playing. And I loved it. I could just spend hours doing it. And I really did. I feel like I had something to offer.
yeah.
Oh, that was. Anyway, so I started playing. Yeah, I just started playing, and I'm getting some feedback. I don't know what that is, but I started playing, and I was not like necessarily the best at the
Yeah,
beginning, but I had a lot of passion.
yeah, that was me
And
too.
you
Yeah,
too?
yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
great. I didn't know you were a musician. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I play the drums and a little bit of the guitar.
Oh, see, we could like jam a little in here. I've got a kit set up.
Yeah, mine is like all tore apart. So I don't have like because I've moved, I kind of donated some of the drum set to Lily, that's my dog, sorry. I donated some of it to like a nonprofit in Seattle before I left. And so I just
Mm.
kept like the big drums, or the floor and the toms and the bass.
Oh yeah.
And so I haven't played in quite a while, but I've been able to like play randomly at like people's houses and stuff, but not in my own home. But yeah, I started with the drums when I was like 16, and
Mm.
then the guitar shortly after, and then I just
Mm.
started writing music from there. So yeah.
Oh, that's so great. Yeah, I didn't know. It's good to know. Now I can see why you're doing this. You just love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can
Yeah, I've
see
been
it.
in Seattle's local scene for since 2001.
Yeah?
Um yeah, I played in it for a little while, and then I found I do better behind the scenes and like doing this than I am on stage.
Okay,
Um,
gotcha.
and so yeah.
That's nice. If you feel more at home doing that, then it's important to know that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like writing music. I just don't like performing it. Like
No.
this is not my thing, man. I never got to do it. So I just decided, okay, well, I'll just make it and let other people sing them.
Oh, that's cool though. You're making it for other people. That's still impressive.
Yeah.
A lot of big artists actually just get stuff written for them, and
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. So a
I
lot of
would
people
be
don't
open to
know.
that, but I wouldn't do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's definitely up to the person that is, comfortable being on stage. I've just never found myself comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
And, I wonder if I did it more often, or if I'd continued to do it, maybe I would have after all these years.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I just never got to a point where I liked the all eyes on me, which is the irony of this, like that's what it is too. But
Yeah.
um,
But you're sitting in
but
the scene here. It's a little, you're
yeah,
interacting. I could see the difference for you. if you will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I find it better with this than I do with that. But yeah, I mean, I still co-write with friends and pretty plugged into the Seattle scene still for the most part.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
yeah, that's where this whole thing started. I would just like drive around everywhere and meet artists and uh and like interview them in their own space wherever they wanted to meet. And then when COVID hit, that's when I turned to this and started doing this. So I just stuck with this because it was easier to do, like outside of, well, one, to save gas, and two, like I could get outside of the country and outside of the state and the city. So
Mm.
it was a lot better. But
Good for you. Yeah, I felt that way too, actually. I've lived in Seattle. And by the way, before I just go off on a tangent, I was just gonna say how important it is that you do that. You know,
well, thank
how
you.
important it is, and I get how important it is, and I like to be here. It's great. Thank you.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'm
Yeah.
glad you're here.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. A Sunday morning. I know, my girlfriend's not feeling good right now, and I have a 4-month-old baby.
Ooh,
She's so
ah,
cute, right? She's
I
next
bet.
in the next room. But, yeah, I know you were not feeling 100% this morning either, but we're here, and so that's
We're
cool.
here. Yeah. 4-month-old baby. Wow, that's new.
It is new.
Nice.
It's pretty new.
Holy moly. What's
Yeah.
her name? Just
Aurelia.
curious.
Aurelia.
Aurelia?
Mhm.
Aurelia?
Yeah, Aurelia. Mhm.
Oh, wow. That's a cool name. Where did you come up with that?
Taylor came up with it, and she, just kinda set on it from the beginning, and as soon as I heard it, I was pretty much a yes. I thought
Yeah.
that was
Wow.
a great name, and
Yeah, that's unique for sure. I've never
Mhm.
heard that before. Hey, can we move over here, please?
It's
Come over
nice.
here. Come over here. Thank you. My dog is trying to wants attention, and so she's like right in the middle, like
He's
ruining
like,
it.
"Alright, now it's my turn.
Yeah.
What about me?"
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, anyways, um, uh, so you started as a child doing music.
Yeah.
You know, we get up to like high school, and you continue to do it. And then,
Yeah.
when did you start like a band and everything? When did that come about?
Yeah, so fun side note too, in high school, I was on dance team, so I was on stage a lot. But I wasn't performing music, I was performing with dance, and, it was cool, it was different.
Yeah.
I actually realized I got a lot of rhythm in my body, which helps with, music, learning
Yeah.
how to make rhythm go in your body, but, when I first started a band, I was in college, and, before I started it, I actually was in college, and I just didn't really like it. I mean, I was in great music programs, but I didn't feel like I was right to be there, and,
Yeah.
I went home, I left college, I dropped out, and,
Yeah.
like, I could have done great, I just hated it. I mean, I
Yeah.
was super smart, but it wasn't for me,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so, came home and joined a rock band. Actually, it was an existing band called Blue Laces, and we started playing. They needed a singer, and I was the front man. I sang a lot by then. I'd been in a lot of choirs, and so I was great. We just jumped in. We started writing rock and roll, and played a lot of shows. I mean, played. We did go to Seattle quite a bit. We played all sorts of festivals up there, and it was great. And the disbanded. And that band was great, and all those players are in different areas now, like Chicago and Atlanta, and I'm, like, one of 2 that are still in Washington,
Yeah.
and so we we just stopped playing, but I wanted to continue, so I started another group, and
Yeah.
that group did really well, and then when everything shut down for the lockdowns and everything,
Yeah.
that band disbanded as well. I was like, "Crap," and it was, like, a
Right.
hard couple years for me to figure out, well, shit, I keep putting all this energy into like, being a band, but what I realized in that period of, like, 2 years was that I had always been more of, like, not solo, but, like, there was more individuality that I hadn't expressed, and so I just started playing as just Nikko, and it just sort of fell together. People came in and wanted to be a part of this music I was recording. I recorded the whole CD. I played every instrument, because I had to. Everyone left.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And,
That's cool. You can play multiple instruments. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm a decent drummer. I'm not a full-time drummer. There's nothing like a good drummer, right? And
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I made do, and then just players came in and were inspired by me and helped me get out of a big rut. It was like I just felt like just
yeah,
you get in a rut sometimes, and so
yeah, yeah.
I just my the drummer at the time that was filling in for me. His name's Kessler Blair. He said, "Why don't you go by Nikko in the night shift?" And I was like, "Well, I guess that's it." So that name actually, I credit him with that. Kessler Blair. He's a drummer in another
So
band called.
I wondered where that
Yeah,
came from. Like I
yeah.
was like, why choose the night shift? And I had all these thoughts yesterday, like maybe he worked the night shift, or maybe you
Hmm.
were like a, I don't know, a nurse in an ER at night or something, like I was like, there's gotta be a reason.
Well,
You know.
it makes now with the baby, yeah, it makes sense. I'm working the night shift, but
Yeah, yeah, no kidding.
mostly Taylor, mostly Taylor. But yeah, that kind of just came out of Kessler, and then we got a sax player jump in. Like one of my bass players, he's been around. He's like a local legend here. He's just like the coolest guy.
Yeah.
Um, his name's Hans, and my dad's playing keys for me right now. It's pretty cool. So he's in
That's
the
cool.
yeah,
Hey.
he's pretty good. He's really good actually, and
He's
he
pretty good. He's only been playing his whole life, but he's all
he's been
right.
playing longer than me. Hey, we teach each other stuff.
Yeah,
He
100%.
really likes to
Yeah,
be in the band for sure.
yeah,
He's loving it.
yeah. I love that. That's amazing.
It is amazing because it's sweet, and he just what's nice about this group is like everyone's just prepared to be there, and they want to they're there for
Oh,
themselves because they're getting something out of it, and they also
yeah.
support me. Like that's really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. And I feel like that's what being a band is like if you're, especially if you're not it's not like the whole, how do you say that? If the band is not like the whole thing, it's more mostly your music, and it's not
Yeah.
like the whole band as a whole. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like not like a Metallica or something where it's everybody's involved.
Yeah.
But it's cool to have that support and people jump on and show that they support your journey with that and your music and your vision and everything else. And I think that's really cool because then you're able to um want to be creative and want to kind of go outside your boxes and be more involved in your own music, let alone everybody kind of pitching in.
Oh yeah.
So that's really cool. I really like that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I'd found that I had been lifting most of the weight in the second band I was in,
Yeah.
and was trying to like accommodate the other guys by like, hey, why don't you take this on it? Like, hey, can you like here, like let's split the ownership of the name. But I'd actually been just doing all of it, really,
Yeah.
all of the
Right. Yeah.
work, most of the work. There was some, we got to practice at the drummer's house, but it was like to realize at a self-respect level, like, hey, you write it all, you make all the gigs happen, and you're getting the gigs. So
Yeah.
you organize the promotion and the look and the website and you know, it was
Yeah.
me from the beginning for sure. I just
Yeah.
didn't know that. I felt bad about that, but it's like it's a confidence thing. So I had to get
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I think a lot of musicians go through that at some point, where
Yeah.
you have to just kind of um soak it in and be like, okay, this is really just me trying to drive this vision, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
And um
Oh, well put.
yeah, and so it becomes a part of uh your whole, you have to find the people that will, like, it sounds like you have, but if you're in a band where you're driving the whole machine,
Yeah.
and they're just kind of there, it doesn't make anybody want to be there. It doesn't make anybody want to fulfill anything that they're getting out of it,
Yep.
because then they're just kind of there at that point. But
It
I
was a
think
little
if you're able
selfish.
to, yeah, exactly right. And so then if you're able to kind of do it yourself, and then all these other people come in with like, "Hey, I'll do the drums for you, man, so that you don't have
Mhm.
to do it," or let me play with you on stage and whatever. And so where it becomes everybody's a part of that passion that you have and that drive and that way of where you're going.
Yeah.
They just kind of want to help you succeed in that way.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's I love it that I appreciate that, and I'm sure too, given, like, the experiences you've had, seeing all kinds of bands, like, you
Yeah.
know
Oh yeah,
and you know what it looks like in different ways, and you've seen what works, and, yeah,
yeah.
thanks for that. Yeah, had to learn it. It was, like, probably one of the greatest life lessons I've had so
Oh, I
far.
bet. Yeah,
Mhm.
and I mean, it's one of those things where you kind of have to decide, like, is this really something that I'm willing to do? And then once you are, then it's like, okay, like I just need to find the people that support what I want to do, where I want to be, and how I want the music to listen, and or
Yeah.
how I want the music to be and people to listen to. And so it I think that confidence builder comes as soon as you decide that it's important,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Good
Um
point. Absolutely.
and once it's that point, once you're like, yeah, I can do this. I've been doing it,
Yep.
like then you're like, all right, now I got this, and whoever joins on is just the added, cherry
Mm.
on top of whatever you've created in that space already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I couldn't have said that better, I think. You really did say it, and
Thank you.
yeah, I look back, I started when I was 15-ish, like, I picked up the
Mhm.
guitar. First show I ever did, I was playing Hotel California
Yes.
in a coffee
Yeah.
bar in, like, McKenna, Washington. It was just
Yeah.
I was just, like, there, and they're like, "Why don't you go sing?" I'm like, "Alright," and I got through it, but that's not an
Yeah.
easy song. It's high, you
Oh,
gotta
heck no.
sing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it was goofy. Oh,
Yeah. My
7
gosh.
7 17, 18 years ago, eh?
Yeah.
Whew, man. But yeah,
Yeah.
you said it right, I think, so thanks for that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, well, you said, okay, so you've been at it kind of intensely for what, 18 years, 17 years now? Like really pursuing music?
I think I've done it for the last 6 years. I've done it or maybe 7,
Okay.
and also before like, it's been a long time for sure. I've done it a
Yeah.
long time, and sometimes I was in college or just trying to figure out how to, you know,
Yeah.
live or just navigate life. So yeah, it's been a pretty intense focus of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like 2020 also kind of had to force musicians to refocus and decide, is this something they still want to do?
Mhm.
I know a lot of people during that time, they were like, do I really want to do music? Or if they did, like, how am I going to do it? How am I going to succeed? Or, at the time, we didn't know how long that whole lockdown was going to be. And so people were trying to figure out, like, how can I make this still be my number one
Mm,
and still be my job, and yet still make it like a passion,
mhm.
and so I agree. I think people really have to kind of find that space, that you were in, of like, yeah, this is it, this is what I can do this.
Yeah.
And um
Okay.
it just
So
takes time. I think it takes a good, 5 or 6 or 10 years that you're in it, that you're like, hey, like, for a while people just kind of, they'll just play and it'll be fun, and then you're like, okay, do I want to make this a career,
yeah,
or do I want to just continue to do it like on the side of whatever I do full time,
yeah,
and so um yeah, I mean, I think once you cross the bridge of like, this is important to me and this is who I
yeah,
am, then it becomes a whole different ballgame at that point, no matter
absolutely.
no matter what, you know.
I would say that it's been like I've been waiting to do it for something,
Mhm.
and now
Mhm.
I'm just doing it, and
Yeah,
it was waiting
yeah,
for me, if that makes sense. Like, just do it. I've got the art, I've got the sounds, and
yeah,
it's kind of a
exactly.
bold move, and,
Yeah. Well, and that's what it takes, right? Like it's same thing, like you're always like trying to, not you personally. I know my cat is being
I love
nuts.
the
Sorry.
cat.
Yeah, he's crazy at the moment. He's playing with my other cat, so they're just like jumping all over the place. And there's a big empty box right here.
Oh,
So
nice.
they're like
It's
jumping in
heaven.
and
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, damn it, lost my train of thought. Oh well, anyway, I feel like it's a good thing when you get to a point where it's important, because then that's where I think you really knuckle down and it becomes a part of who you are,
Mm,
and what you do on a daily basis,
yeah,
and then the passion becomes easy to create, like
yeah,
there's no issue around it.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're waiting for that moment and you're like, oh, should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? Then it won't ever get to that point, you know?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Anyway,
Well,
yeah.
that's thank you for you just like I said, you kinda put it in words just again better than I might have, but I was gonna ask you, like, what kind of bands have you been with and seen lately or just talked to, artists and, like, how is it going in general for them or, maybe someone who's exemplified what you're saying and, um, I don't know, I'm just curious to hear, like, how you as an interviewer, you got
Yeah.
any good artists you've met lately? I'm sure everyone's got something to offer, but, like, things that you've seen, in that area.
Yeah. Um, Gosh, that's a great question. Not used to people asking me questions.
Yeah, I thought I'd ask a question, just one.
Flipping the script. Yeah, I mean, luckily for me in doing this, I get to like just be a part of seeing the different ways people get to the point where you're at, you
Uh,
know? So some people it takes a really long time. Some people they've got it and they're like, I can do this, I don't care, you know?
yeah,
But I think it really does the ones that I see that have really been successful. I'll just throw out one
yeah,
would be like the martial law band. I had started with them or interviewed with them in 2019. They were like one of the very first bands I ever interviewed, and
cool.
then what has it been 6 years now later. Um, as I've grown in this show and with all these artists that had started with me back then, they're just one of them. But like I have seen the dedication that people have put in,
Mm,
and I think that's one of them.
mm,
Two of them, I think that you have to find uh your way, your space, like where you are comfortable in getting on stage and doing whatever it is that you want to do with your music,
yeah,
and find that and just go with it, and the people will follow.
mhm,
You know, it doesn't have to be something. So I see a lot of times where like I'm just gonna on like Twitter and things, everybody's like, I'm just gonna let this be and see who gets it or see if it gets to the people I want it to.
yeah,
That's fine and dandy. You can leave it up to chance, but
mhm,
it's also being able to market it too and being like, hey, this is my music. I'm an indie artist or I'm a metal or whatever. And then collaborating with people in that way, getting on bills that are your same kind of vibe,
yeah,
right? Or even just any vibe and be on a bill and just see who hits it, you know,
yeah,
or who it hits. And so you can't really like with martial law band they did everything, you know, and it was in the beginning it's been this like they moved outside the box. In 2020 they built uh a huge float and just drove around Seattle playing, you
oh, I
know,
wanna do
on the
that.
float. Like, and it's they just did it like this last weekend again, you know.
Oh,
So it's
cool.
like it's this thing that I think, you know, artists if you're comfortable can fit outside the box and gain more exposure. But also, you know, if it's just something that you want to do, I've also seen where like people just consistently are playing. It doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter how much, they just are unless it's your full time, then that's
Yeah,
a different story. Then you have to make sure that it fits in your budget. But
yeah,
or what you're doing. But like overall, you know, just consistently playing wherever you can get a job. And then eventually when you get to a point where it's, you know, $300 a show or $400
mhm,
a show, then you can be picky, right?
yeah,
But within that, you know, being able to really be consistent in that, and your fans being consistent in that and seeing that they can see you at different places, or um you know, being able to go to different states and trying to branch out of your, because eventually you can saturate your own area.
yeah,
You know,
I
if you're
get it.
constantly at the same place and the same weekends, that's nice. People like that, but you're not going to end up finding, you know, the notoriety or whatever that you're looking
Yeah,
for, just staying in your own little pocket, you know. And that's what I'm kind of saying, like outside your box of, you know, if you live in Olympia, go to, you know, Tacoma or Everett or something, right? Like being able to kind of venture out of where you're at and allowing other people to enjoy your music as well.
yeah,
Because music is honestly, in my opinion, music is all about the networking.
yeah,
It is
it is.
consistently about people being able to say, dude, have you heard this band lately? Like these guys are fantastic,
Yeah,
or whatever that is, right?
yep,
And yeah, you can do all the promotion and all the marketing and all of that. That's going to get your eye on it, but it really comes down to most people won't listen to music unless somebody they know listens to it.
Told him about it. I know.
You
Isn't
know,
that funny? Yeah.
it's so crazy to me.
Yeah.
It
I
really
thought of that.
is. So like
I know.
that's my own opinion. Maybe people
Yeah.
have experienced different, but that's kind of just what I've seen is, and that's how I've gotten most of the artists on here is,
Yeah.
hey, let's say I do you, and then you're like, hey, there's four other bands that I think that could be on your show. And I'm like, cool, let me reach
Yeah.
out.
Nice.
And so that's where that comes from is just the word of mouth,
Mhm.
whether you're the musician or somebody like me, it becomes that part. And I have such a passion for local music that I was doing it. I was going out to shows every single Friday, Saturday, Thursday,
Mm.
Friday, Saturday, and so for years.
Yeah.
And so I've got to grow up with some of these people from not just like 2001, but like now too, in the last couple of years of doing the show. And so what I've seen is just this passion for people, no matter where they are in the country
Yeah.
or let's say outside the country, because I've gone international as well. And it's the same thing. It's just this passion that people are like, okay, this is what I have to do to make this happen. These are the people that I need to get in my corner, in my ring to help me do that. And, and then I think the rest of it just kind of falls in line. You kind of just you find your people and you find the people that love your music.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's totally that. Yep. It is totally that. And I feel like, I was asking myself this question, how do people find music now? And I'm looking through Spotify. I'm like, who's this guy? And he's the biggest thing I've ever, in Spotify right now. I never even heard of him. And I'm like,
Yeah.
where have I been? And of course, I'm totally involved locally. Like I know so many bands, and I
Yeah.
listen to all their stuff. I actually record. A friend of mine, I record, and I'll do recordings for other people if they want.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
usually,
Yeah.
I'm doing my own stuff, and yeah, it's nice to hear that. And
But I think you
that
have to be willing to get out there, though.
totally, yeah,
Just be the garage band or the bedroom band, I call them. Where you're just playing
yeah,
in your room. Isn't going to get anything. And that's where, I mean, you could, some people have, like Blue Eyes, she's done that.
yeah,
She's been able to, but she also has a sickness. But like, you there. I think that you can do that. It just depends on how much you want to put into that. And
mhm,
you have to be online all the time. You have to be doing lives all the time and,
mm,
like all that kind of stuff. But also, people don't want to just have it passively, especially if you're a local artist. That's the benefit of being a local artist is
yeah,
being involved
yeah,
with people that are coming to see you and having that connection personally. And that's what people want, I think. And because you can't do it with, bigger names like Beyonce or whatever, right?
that's true.
Um, that's where local artists have a benefit. And that's where I think the love of your music or anybody comes from is them being able to connect to whatever it is that you're writing about, but also you as a person. Like, hey, I really loved your music, Nikko. That was fantastic. I love
Yeah,
this song, or, whatever. And
absolutely,
it's
yeah,
this like opportunity for you to be like, thank you. And this is why I do it is because I just want to pour my heart out to everybody and whatever the case is, why people do it, but um that's kind of where I think the local scene has a no matter where it is in the world, it has that fundamentalness of being able to be so close to your fans
mm,
and people that love your music and come because they're not going to come there unless they like you.
yeah,
They're not going to come see you unless and pay the $10 to get in unless they want to see you,
yeah,
or somebody on the bill, right? Which
mm-hmm,
that's where I think it's beneficial to be on kind of any bill
yeah,
because you never know. Maybe that person likes Streamo Meadow, but then you come on and they're like, oh, I like that guy too. Like
yeah, I like
it's
that
just,
too.
you know what I mean? Like it's always just kind of a catch, but it still I think is really beneficial because then you're getting more exposure that way.
Exposure, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you'll have to have us come out in your neck of the woods when you've got yourself situated there, because I like it. I like
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's a lot of places out there. I'm gonna try and see if I can't get some people to come out for sure, but I gotta figure out that first.
Mhm.
See because Seattle I could name venues all day long
Yeah.
and get people plugged in, but over here
Little
is a whole
different.
different story. I haven't I haven't figured that out just yet. I know a couple of places that I've been to, but um through another artist that was like grew up in Coeur d'Alene, and so yeah, but it's kind of funny because I definitely haven't been as often as I would have liked to these last couple years, but I definitely when I once I get down there, I'm looking forward to being able to be more involved. So
Oh, call us. We'll come out. I was thinking Spokane. I'll come out. I'm in Washington, Olympia,
yeah,
but I'll go to the east side, and I like Coeur d'Alene. It's pretty out there. I'll come play.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll
yeah,
definitely make it out.
yeah. I think that would be awesome. I do. I have a couple of people I like to bring this way. So um, yeah, definitely. We'll have to talk about that for sure. But why don't you tell everybody kind of a little bit about like what music you have now and
Mhm.
out and maybe play one and describe it a little bit or
Oh yeah,
whatever you to do.
yeah, absolutely. I'll play a couple if we have time for it. And
Yeah, you're good.
the music I have on Spotify is my latest EP. It's called Interstellar, and it's really good. It's a blend of different sounds. Actually, it's kind of like a rock album, but it's got some indie stuff, a little folk in there. Um, Interstellar, the song is pretty cool. If you haven't checked it out, it's got a lot of Latin rhythms in there, but it
Yeah,
sounds like a rock song, and it's just a big production. And I just wanted to make this big production, and it's about the question is, A, is there life out there? And if there is it closer than we think? You know,
yeah,
because we
yeah,
always think, oh, the universe is so big, like, but we haven't seen anything out there. Well, I think a lot of people have. So it's kind of the
yeah,
inspiration of the song. Um, and it's a catchy song, so it's a lot of fun.
yeah, yeah. I did hear that one
You did?
and
Nice.
before I came on, yeah, and I think it's really well done, honestly.
Thanks.
It was good. It is very like produced, but like in a good way.
Hey.
It's not like overproduced and overly done.
Yep.
And so I appreciate the like the balance, of that. But yeah, it's a great song. I definitely was impressed with like some of the lyrics too. I was like, made me think a little bit.
That's hopefully why I think if I'm gonna write, I wanna make people ask questions or just think about
Yeah,
things because we have human experiences, of course, like, we have
yeah,
experiences we all share, like having a first love, you know, having a child, or falling in love or breaking up. These are great things to write about and everyone can connect with, and there's like an opportunity to write about something new. And how can you
exactly.
make a catchy song about life on other planets, but it's not like a sterile scientific thing? It's actually quite, something interesting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh. And
Introspective. Yeah,
yeah, and so that's what I did, and a lot of the music on that CD is like that. The new stuff I'm writing is like this single, which I think I'll get a chance to play today, which is coming out on Saturday. It's called Heart of Stone. And
mm,
it's a song I wrote like 7 years ago, and I had just had it laying there, and it needed to be finished and kind of put into a song. And it's a rock song. Like, it's a really good rock song, just heavy rhythms
yeah,
and straightforward, just all out. And it's a song about myself finding out that I can open my heart a little bit and warm up and not being so stoic or not being so serious. Hard, like opening up to somebody and meeting a partner and meeting a girl. And so it's a
yeah,
great song, and it's got great lyrics about one of the lyrics is like the woman being the reflection, like your partner is a reflection of you,
yeah,
and learning things through that. And it's not an easy reflection sometimes. It's actually a really hard reflection because
yeah.
they're
Oh
right
yeah.
there next to you, and it's the closest thing. Like, you fall in love with somebody, it's amazing, it's magical, and you got to, when you open up that way, you also see some of the things about yourself which
Mhm.
are reflected in the other person that you maybe don't like or it's hard to deal with. So it's kind of making that happy experience and
Yeah.
bringing happiness to that. And the rest of the CD is in that way too, like similar songs that have that same character. But I'll be releasing them one at a time throughout the next like 6 months or so. And there's about a whole CD of songs I've got, so it's
Yeah,
sounded
that's
pretty good
awesome.
so far. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
like it.
yeah,
I love like the excitement around like making a new album. Like that's gotta be like I haven't made one, so I don't know. I just release songs. I've never made an album, but um, you know, it's gotta be cool to just see something that you've been working on so long, especially songs that are like 5, 6, 7 years ago. You know, and
Yeah,
bringing that to who you are now as a person, because you never know if it's like what you've been through in that time, you know, and if it still
exactly.
resonates, and so or aligns with you or whatever. And so that's cool to kind of bring something from that long
Forward.
and
Hmm.
yeah, forward and make it still make sense now
Yeah.
and put it on an album that makes sense for right now, you know,
Hmm.
like that's really cool.
It was waiting. It had been waiting. I like, why didn't you finish it? We had some
Yeah,
great demos of it that the guys I was playing with at the time, but just didn't get to it. And I think I had to grow up a lot and learn how to just produce, because now I'm producing it on my
yeah,
own, in my own studio. And
yeah,
that's a whole job in itself. Like, you could be just that, and it would be a journey of how,
yeah,
how to make it actually work. So I spent, it's a hard job to do, like
yes,
engineers and producing. So
yeah,
that's, I'm glad I could do it now, because it sounds good now. I feel good. I
yeah.
can put it out and it's right. So
Well, and that, and also that it I always with songs like for myself, like I always go, okay, like is this how I want it to come out to people, or is this like
right.
the sound that I want people to hear? Like back then sure, but like let's say I had one back then, sure, but like what about now? Like is this how I want people to hear it and understand it now and where I am now, you know? And so um you know, I listen to songs I've done back in like 2001, and I'm like, man, that is a whole different person. I was 20 and
Wow.
like, you know, so it was
Yeah.
like a whole different era of my life where I was just becoming an adult and being able to like you know, finding out who I am in music and all
Oh, yeah.
that. Whereas now I've kind of figured it all out. But um I don't think you can
Right.
completely
Right.
figure it out, but
I
like
know what you
I got
mean.
an idea.
You feel a little, yeah, a little more confident in what you're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah, and
Um,
so, you know, but to be able to bring those kind of things to a present moment of where it still kind of resonates, and you can still get that emotion across
Yep.
in this time period that you're in right now, you know, I think that's really cool to be able to bring that forward and to share with people in a better, you know, like let's say back then you couldn't do producing, right?
Hmm.
So it sounded kind of, lack of a better word, my brain keeps saying like crappy or
Yeah.
shitty
It
or
could sound
something.
terrible, like shit.
Yeah, you know, and then you're now you're like, oh my God, I can do it all. And so
Yeah.
it becomes a better presentation of what you're trying to get across with the
Yeah.
song to begin with than it would have been, you know, back then or
Oh, yeah.
something. You know?
Totally. Yep. Half of it was that it was needing polish, and half of it was just trusting that it's good.
Yeah,
And like,
exactly.
that's half of it. And we, I, in a previous band, I'd done recordings at this big studio, like in Seattle, big studio. Pearl Jam records there, and Pearl Jam did their big first album there, and Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
And we spent money to go there, and it was great. And it was all, cut some great drums, cut some great guitar, all that. And then at the end, I'm listening to it, and we're like, this just doesn't have soul. And it didn't ever go out, and the band split up, and so we just didn't release it.
Yeah.
It was kind of shitty, because even the guy at the studio was terrible. He didn't even
Oh,
like respond to he was playing hard to get, because he knew we split up. He didn't provide us the stems of the recordings we did, even though we paid for
yeah.
them. And so that was pretty
Yeah.
shitty.
Oh,
And that's just the truth. That was my experience. He maybe
yeah.
had a different experience, but
Yeah. Yeah.
what I got out of all that was like, well, you know what? I actually do know what I want out of the recordings, and I can trust that I know how to do it. And
Yeah.
uh,
It's just another thing
some
to
confidence.
get knowledge on, right? To be
Yep.
able to take the time to do it, to be able to make it what you want it. And you know, it's unfortunate you had a studio producer like that.
Oh, he's
That's not fair.
no hard feelings on him. He's just doing what he thought was best. But in
Yeah.
reality, it was not a very, how would you say, the word would be,
Um,
not genuine, but just sort of like with integrity, right?
integrity is the word.
Yeah, and
Yes.
the whole band quit. It was just super, super lame.
Yeah.
But it was great. It was like the hard experience I needed. Hey, I can
Yeah.
do this. Yeah.
Yeah. The catalyst, right? To like kind of shoot you to where you are now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in my own
Exactly.
garage.
Yeah,
in
right?
my living room, like, wherever, you know, it's
Yeah.
humbling.
I mean, that's the cool thing is I think some of those experiences can be hard and at the time and it can be difficult to get through them in the moment, with anything really. But I think in as far as bands and music goes, it's hard because it's more music is more emotional,
Yeah,
right? And so it's like, oh, I thought we were all together in this thing,
we have something.
and like, so yeah.
Well, apparently, yeah, I was just more about looking good at that time, which I, as a personal reflection, is like really important to see. Oh, I just wanted to
Yeah.
look good, and all the people I was working with just cared about looking good. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I can
Yeah.
give that up and be more authentic. So,
Yes. Yeah.
mhm.
Well, and I think music and authenticity go hand in hand.
Yeah,
If you don't have that, then what are you doing?
exactly. Yeah. Well, that's true for like anything, and people, that's like the lesson I think we come to learn here is like, yeah, how
Yeah.
do you be the most authentic and
Yeah.
honorable and take, care of yourself, like you respect yourself, because no one likes, like, life doesn't like necessarily love you for being a pushover either.
Yes.
They want, life wants you to be genuine and authentic, but not like, you know, not when it comes to being like taken advantage of by people or
Yes.
so.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think that can happen way too easy,
Yeah.
if you aren't in a space of knowing yourself in that way. It
Yeah.
can be
Just want to be
very.
nice. You don't want to ruffle any feathers.
Yeah, exactly.
People
Yeah.
people will grab on if you're saying something that has value.
Yeah,
You've
exactly.
experienced something like it.
Yeah. Well, and it comes back to, if you can get to that point where you're doing it authentically, then those are the people you're going to find, or the fans, or
Oh,
the
way better
people
too.
that support you,
Yeah.
right? That actually genuinely support what you're doing,
Yep.
and aren't just there for the looks, or
Yeah.
because I want to be a cool drummer, or whatever the case is,
Yep.
right? Like, they're there for the project, and they're there because they care and they
Mhm.
want to be a part of whatever's going to happen, the greatness of whatever's happening,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it's a tough challenge too, because sometimes
Yes.
you're put in a spot, or maybe there's there's like challenges or tests in life where it's like, do I concede my value,
Yeah.
or do I do I stand up just for what I think?
Yeah.
You don't have to be like against anybody, but like sometimes
Yeah.
you gotta stand up for what you think,
Yeah.
even
Exactly.
not even being warlike, but just being like, no, and
Yeah.
I think that's a
This is not
big.
where I see this going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, and it could be true for anybody. Not That's not even like like a statement on what you believe. Is just everyone can relate to that, I think.
Yeah. And well, in any capacity, really, it just
Yeah,
doesn't have to be just music, but I think you have to go with anything in life, you have to go with what you believe. And if you're consistently fighting that fact, I don't mean physically, but I mean
yeah,
like
right.
within yourself, like if you're fighting that, then that's where the you start losing yourself
Absolutely.
in the
Sorry.
void of that, and and then the people that surround you become fake as well, um and manipulate all of that, and then you're just kind of in this spot of like, well, what do I do? Do I let go of everything I know at this moment in time and
Yes, hard challenge.
become uncomfortable to get out of it, or stay in it and be complacent? And I think complacency can be really hard because it can trap you sometimes and feel like
Yeah.
it's comfortable, and it's not.
Yep. Yep. I hear you 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think with music, it's the same thing. Like you can be your own, voice within the music, and have your own type. We can hear, like Eminem has his own thing, and he's a rapper within a whole big thing, but he has his own way, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever, whoever, anybody in music, Pink or whatever. Like you have your own way of doing it, but at the same token, eventually you find the people that like that way, or they
Mhm.
like that type of music, or they like that type, whatever, maybe the themes that you write about,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
um or like you're saying, like about falling in love or anything like that, like you can always go back to those kind of things because everybody's been there once in their life, you
Hopefully,
know.
yeah,
So, yeah, hopefully.
hopefully.
um, but yeah, I think if you become complacent and not challenge yourself within the music that you're writing, it can get kind of redundant, and
Mhm.
then where are you, you know?
Yeah, the human spirit doesn't like redundancy, at least
Yeah.
not in the sense that it's no other alternative, right?
Yeah,
Sometimes redundancy is good because you have to train or you
exactly.
really hone something, and that's a great thing to do. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
we like to
exactly.
grow as people.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think you have to. Like
Yeah,
as a musician, you can't just stay in one spot. You have to grow. You have to
yeah.
kind of move with the times. Music changes constantly,
Oh my
you know.
gosh, I know.
I mean, from just the 90s to now has been a complete 180, you
Yeah.
know. Shit, if you go from the 50s to now is a complete like
That
180 100 times over, you know? Like it's crazy. And I think, now where people are where they can have anything in 30 seconds,
I know.
and they're scrolling every 30 seconds, you have to catch somebody's eye. And,
No.
that's where you can't be complacent. You kind of have to like be like, okay, I wrote a song about this and it didn't really go well. Okay, now I'm
Mhm.
going to try this and see if that goes. And if it aligns with who you are, also, like
Yep.
you can just, I don't know, do a country song and be like, I'm going to do a country song because that's what people like. And then you're like, I don't really like country, or that's not
Yeah.
me, or whatever. So, and that's, to go back to your question of like what I've seen people do, I've seen a couple of people change their genre of what
Yeah.
they do and who they are. And they're completely like, one girl I've known on here for a long time, she was into country and then she just went to like the emo, like
Mm,
Fallout Boy-ish.
nice.
And my God, does she just blossom
Is
in
it
that,
good? Yeah, it's good.
So like,
Yeah.
and but she wasn't good before, but she's fantastic in this, in who she kind of decided a long time ago, which who she is.
Yeah.
And so she finally just was like, this is who I am.
Might
And
have been waiting for her to she
yeah,
expresses that way better, and that's so cool. Yeah.
yeah,
Waiting for her to
exactly.
find out. Yeah.
Yeah. And I've seen that a few times with people, of them trying to decide how music fulfills them, as well
Yeah.
as them being able to fulfill other people in it,
Oh, yeah.
and so yeah,
I get it.
it's cool to see. It's cool to see people kind of come into their own with it, and align with who they should they're meant to be, and within the music space. And I just love it. I love being on that journey with people. I think that's another reason why I like doing this, is I like being able to just see everybody grow and
Mm.
become so fan. Like you can see it whenever you started it, and started seeing them, and then just to see them become this like amazing artist
Mm.
that has amazing music, or their lyrics got like 20 times better,
Yeah.
or whatever, their
They
melodies or
got
whatever it
better.
is, and you're just like, dude,
Yeah.
I get it.
And
So
they
that's
probably, if I could relate to that, like, they probably felt that way about themselves, and they had to find out how to do it, like, how to express. It's hard,
yeah,
not easy always to you have the feeling it's going on inside, but how do you get it
yes,
across is part of the journey, and it's fun.
yeah, yeah.
Takes
I
work.
think that's the core journey though with music, is
Yeah.
really that finding that,
Yeah.
because that's where I think the confidence comes in. And then you're like, well, these guys don't align with me. Like if you're in a band, like
Yeah.
this isn't what I want to do, or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it just kind of becomes more a part of you, and you find, looking back in the mirror, right? And that reflection of like not only just somebody else that you're a partner with or whatever, but like
Yeah.
also seeing like, is this who I want people to see me as,
Right.
Because music is essentially who you are, and what you as a person, and what is inside of you. And
Mhm.
so it becomes that too, of like, is this authentic to who I am as a person?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I don't know,
No, it's true. It is. It's a tough
like it's,
question. Is this true to me? Yep.
yeah,
The
and it's
truth
hard. I
always
think people find it hard. I think it's a difficult line to be on, because you're trying to make music that other people want to listen to and want to
Mhm.
be a part of and be involved in, but also, on the flip side of that, being the person making the music and being like, is this really what I want, or is
Yeah.
this the kind of music I want to make, or is this who
Yeah.
I am, or, am I confident in doing it this way?
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And maybe that could be something like someone's coming up against their own doubt. How is that? Is it
Yeah.
really me? Am I like
Self-doubt. Yeah, yeah,
this?
yes.
Oh no, yeah, just do it. You can do it. Yeah, go
Yeah.
for it. Who knows?
Self-esteem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And really at that point, what do you have to lose,
Yeah, what do you gotta lose?
There's, there's really no like that's what I struggled with, in my own uh, life with this show. Like I was like, maybe I don't want to do this. Maybe because for a while people in 2020 were like, why are you doing this?
Right?
Shouldn't be doing this. And
Oh boy.
I had a lot of backlash
Yeah, thanks for
and
sharing.
then oh my god, it was horrible. And
Wow.
I don't, and still to this day, I don't know why, but it would be a lot of people
Right?
like, you don't have enough people on your, you don't have enough views, or you don't have
Oh,
enough
thanks.
followers, or you don't have enough of this or that. And I'm like, dude, I'm the only one doing it. So
Yeah.
what? Like I don't care. And I still only have 2,000 followers, but it's all organic. I've never
Yeah.
bought for anything. It's all people coming and going that want to be a part of the show. And I don't do it for anybody else other than the passion of loving local music, right? And
Mm.
so I feel like it's hard when people are getting on you and they're like, well, I
Oh.
don't think that's really you. Like, you really want to do country, dude? And you're like,
Oh wow, thanks.
yeah, like, well, can you just go with me with this? And maybe it is, and maybe it isn't,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. So
Wow.
it's on both sides,
You
it's on
did
both
get
sides of
that.
like,
That happened to you also.
yeah, yeah, oh yeah, more times over than I can
Yeah,
count.
maybe
I've
more. Yeah.
almost quit this show probably 5 times.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
it
Yeah, here
was,
we are.
yeah, and here we are. Like, and I stopped counting at like 500, but I've done like 500 plus interviews. I don't know where I am after that. That was a year
Wow.
or so ago, but like I have just stopped because it doesn't really matter how many I've done. I just enjoy doing it at this point, right?
I can tell.
And
Yeah.
and so it's like all those people back then that were the naysayers, like, you suck, or you should do this or
You
whatever.
too.
Like,
Thank you.
okay, it's my own time I'm spending doing it, or
Yeah,
whatever, like
I love
promoting
it.
you.
I
you
had
know
something like that. It's just funny. I put a video up on the internet, a live performance. I'm like, man, I was getting this solo, and then someone posted, and I know who it is, and he says, "Yikes." That's all I posted. I'm like, "Yikes." I'm like, "Where have you been playing at, boy?" Like, what?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
haven't seen you on stage, so like, I didn't say anything to him. I was like, whatever,
Yeah,
you're gonna
yeah,
have critics, whatever. I can include it, but
yeah,
that was just funny to me.
yeah. Well, in the beginning, I was very like not sure,
Oh yeah,
like with anybody with anything, but I
sure.
just wasn't sure if it would be accepted or not. And I had literally got like through all the people I knew, so at that point it was like I had to like
No,
jump
you
out
have
and
to
people I
do it.
don't
Yeah.
know.
Wow.
And so it was like a year of trying to figure out, like, do I really like doing this? And then I did a live show, right? I have
Yeah.
showcases during the summer,
Yeah.
and that I was doing with people that had been on my show, and that's where it really started to get crazy because people were like, well, why are you doing that? Like, there's venues, why are you trying to put on and you're just like, I cannot win. Like, at this point I'm just gonna do it, and you guys can take it or leave it, like,
There's
so
a saying that says if you are getting slings and arrows, then you're over the target, which means you're in the right place.
you're
You're
doing
get-
something right. Yeah,
you're getting
right.
slings and arrows. You're in the right place.
Yeah, no
So,
kidding. Yeah,
yeah.
well, I mean, I've been doing it 6 years and I haven't stopped. So,
Wow.
and I continually have people I mean, some weekends I haven't either. I've been out of town or I've been sick or something, but I can genuinely say since 2019, I've had a pretty good group of people that have supported this project, and the ins and outs of it going in and out. And, um, even when I got injured, and also, it became a community and a
Oh yeah.
family. And when I'll tell you this, the last thing, the reason why I also do this is because there's been a lot of people that have put into me like I've put into them,
Yeah.
and as far as it goes. And anybody that comes on my show, I do my best to follow the trail and share music and share. And I don't always get everybody because there's a million people on the internet,
Yeah.
and so I don't get to do everybody. But I do my best. And and so in 2020 I had had a pretty hard year.
Mm.
And like I lost my brother, I got in a car accident, I lost $2,000, like somebody stole $2,000 and it was like all the money I had to move.
Oh,
The community came together and helped me with that. And like
wow.
people, when I lost my brother, they had come and like in the car accident, they had come and like made food for me. And so it was like you find, I that's what I'm saying, is like you eventually find your people and what you're doing, and I think if you just keep that going and keep being able to stick at it,
Yeah.
you eventually find the tribe that you
Yep.
want.
Wow.
So
That's a harrowing period of time, it sounds like. Yeah.
oh god, yeah, 2020 was terrible.
Yeah.
Not just the everything outside of my own life
Understood. Yeah.
aside.
Yeah.
Just yeah, it was
Whew.
crazy. Well, when I did this, I had a full-time job and did this every single day.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
so because I was trying to get through all of the artists that couldn't play, and so it was hard because there's also the emotion of everybody at that time of the uncertainty and the having to change to doing it online and
Yep.
figuring that out rather than being in person. And a lot of people like myself just missed live music so much.
Yeah.
And so it was a good way for a lot of people to also be able to see the people they like too. And so I felt like I was doing something to mitigate some of that between the two worlds of the musician and us as fans and things like that. And yeah. So
Wow. That's
yeah.
amazing.
Then it
That
keeps
is cool.
your focus too, when you have large loss or injury or something like that. It gives you something to focus on than everything that's happening to you, if that makes sense. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah.
Whew. Yeah,
Anyway,
you went through the fires. Oh, I think I did too. I had a lot of that. We all
yeah,
did. Yep.
yeah. Well,
Yep.
and it kind of shows though, right? Like
Mhm.
you obviously learned how to produce, learn more instruments to be able to do your own thing, and that also takes time and effort and
Fair
going
play.
through, yeah,
Yeah.
like being able to be patient with yourself in those times of like, oh my god, I suck. And then then you're like, oh, it finally came out 20 hours later, or whatever.
Exactly.
Like
Yep. No, it's
so
a process. It is. It's
yeah,
a
yeah,
process.
the process, that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm glad I did though.
well, I'm sure the people around you are too.
Yeah, totally. Yep.
has
Yeah,
your
the
has your
community
girlfriend
is
been with
awesome.
you through the whole thing?
Yeah, we've been dating since 2019, I think,
Yeah, so 6 years.
or
So yeah.
2018-ish. Yeah.
So she's seen it all the way through, right? So like that's cool that you have one person, or you're obviously you have more, and I don't know your circle. So this is coming from a completely
Yeah.
outside perspective. But all the people that have seen you go through these two bands and now, I'm sure are like, dude, like, well done, or
Mhm.
proud, or in that realm, because you did persevere, right?
Yeah,
And get to this
exactly.
point. So
Yeah, I have a lot of support. It's community based. It doesn't, I love getting more followers and attention on the internet for sure, but like it's also not a good representation of I think how powerful the community is here and like how many people
yeah,
support what I do. And I'm known for being an artist in the area and it's cool. And yeah, I've played all around the state and soon to be outside the state. So
yeah.
um yeah, it's been cool to get that feedback like you're saying.
Yeah. I can imagine, because it kind of validates that you made the right choice, right?
Mhm.
I would imagine
Oh
somewhat.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially with my baby too, they're like, "I'm not stopping. Are you kidding?" Like, I want my kid to see me play. I want my kid
Yeah.
to see me do what I love and achieve what I want, and
Yeah.
see that like it's possible. And
Yeah.
she'll do whatever she wants to do. She doesn't have to do what I do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. That's what it shows, right? Like you being able to give that to your daughter and being able to show her that, hey, everything is possible if you just try,
Yeah, give it a
and
go.
keep going, and I mean, there's a lot of artists that I've seen have kids in the time that known them. And one artist, he travels all over the country and he brings his kids with his whole family, and it
Wow,
is the coolest thing. And the
that sounds fun.
kids, they're always at the shows in the front just jumping up and down or whatever, and what his oldest now is like old enough to play with him now,
Oh wow.
so he's on stage with him singing and playing. And so it's just so cool to see,
Harmony.
artists that have kids, and that becomes something so important to be a part of,
That's great.
Yeah,
I didn't know
I
that.
love it.
That's a cool story. I wouldn't mind seeing who that is.
Yeah, I can share him with you. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll
He's a
check it
good
out.
friend.
Oh, good. I'll check it
Yeah.
out.
Well, he's a good friend that I've known that I met through this whole thing too. Like that's the other cool thing is you eventually find that's what I wanted this to be too, is like network of people and being able to see other people and get exposure to other bands, and like, being able to put on everybody on a bill and be like, hey, Kara, like you had this person on last week, I'd really like them on my bill, can you get a hold of them, or can I
Yeah.
get a hold, well, everybody can pretty much get a hold of anybody now, but just being able to be like, yeah, I really liked them, what do you think, would they be good with our our set or whatever. And so
Uh-huh.
it's always been kind of cool to be like, dude, that would be awesome, like I think you should get a hold of them, like I think they would be great with your set, and becoming part of a, now 6 years later, a lot of people are like, you're an expert in this. And I'm like, I don't know that if I'm an expert. I just know a lot of people, a lot of
Sure.
bands,
Wow.
so it's like, I can see where people want to, or if they're like, I don't know who I should put, like, if I see somebody post, like, I need a band
Uh-huh.
to open or something, I'll be like, yeah, dude, I got like, here's a whole list of 20 of them, like,
Oh, yeah.
so
We'll
that's
come
kind of what
over
I
now.
also wanted this to be, like
Oh, I
people
see
being able
that.
to find each other.
You're
So
like a
that's
hub for people to connect.
yeah. And that's kind of what I like about it too, is it became like a family, and everybody
Mhm.
kind of supporting each other, which is really what I like about it, is we're all in this together, this music thing,
I'm gonna have to order a t-shirt or a hoodie now because I think it looks like you've got one on. Is that one of your own?
Oh, jacket, yeah.
I gotta get one of those. Maybe
Yeah.
I like hoodies. I'll get one.
Yeah, I can get one for you. We have them in the
Sure.
back.
Yeah, I'll order it. I'll order it from you. Just send me
Cool.
the link. I'll buy one.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, why don't you play some music? We've been talking so much. I feel bad.
Yeah, we can play. Yeah, hopefully this sounds good. I'm gonna. Any chance I could run out real quick and come back?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3-minute break. All right. I'll be
Yes.
right back. And I think this should be ready to go. So I'll play one or two, whatever you want.
Okay.
Be right
You can
back.
do two. Yeah. Yep. Well, while we're waiting for him to come back, everybody, this next year, so we have all the way until October, end of October, we're going to be doing this show, the live show, and then live sessions, and then I will take a break between November and December, and then we'll come back full swing in January. So if you're an artist or you're somebody who has access to a really great brand, send them our way so that we can get them on the schedule for next year. If you're a band that is looking for like a release, somewhere to share your release of your song or your album or anything like that, like we also do that too. So just get a hold of us, and or if you're the band that wants to do that, just get a hold of me and we can do it. So yeah, we're always open to having everybody come on. And he's back. That
I'm
was
back.
Kevin.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, I'm gonna leave you to the stage. You're gonna have it by yourself. I'm gonna walk away, and you can do, between 2 and 3 songs, and
Okay.
take it away, and then I'll be back.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Hey. Play a little song. It's called Outside My Door. Hey. Yeah. It's a little harder now, yeah. Can't you feel it break somehow?
You move back with your feet. Come on and show me what you got. Yeah, I'm down on your street. You gotta talk now. Hey, cause if you like me, then you know what I think. Hey, well, I told you, baby. I told you, stand outside my door. Yeah. Said I like the little things that you do, yeah. I like you're not in the mood, yeah. Would you like me if I told you the truth? Cause when I'm searching, baby, I'm searching for you. You gotta talk now. Hey, cause if you like me, then you know what I think, baby. Well, I told you, baby, come on and stand outside my door. Hey. Oh, I said you got nowhere to go, baby. Why won't you stay here longer with me, baby? I wanna show you what you mean to me. Can't you see? Can't you see? Hey, you got nothing better. Won't you come on the road? I wanna show you what you got here in store, yeah. I wanna love you some more, yeah. Oh, baby, I'm standing at your door. Well, I told you, baby, won't you stand outside my door? Woo! When I tell you, babe, won't you stand outside, stand outside? Yeah, when I tell you, baby, won't you stand outside, stand outside, stand outside, no. Woo-hoo, yeah. Yeah. Give me some water. Yeah, so that song is called Outside My Door.
There's a live cut of that on Spotify. If you want to find us, Spotify, Nikko and the Night Shift. And our Instagram is Play Nikko. Nikko has 2 Ks. You can check us out there. I'll play this new song we got coming out Saturday. It's called Heart of Stone. This new song, it's a great one. I wrote this about 6 or 7 years ago, maybe longer, and I'd had it. Didn't think I'd pick it up and play it. And I just sort of, sometimes it just thought comes to you, oh my gosh, what about that one? I remember. And then I went back and listened to this old iPhone recording. It's just so good. I had to cut it. So I'm happy to say it's coming out Saturday. You can pre-save the link to it on Spotify and my Instagram bio. It's in there. And here's how it goes.
Yeah. Hey, you got style. Would you be my sole affection? I see you and I see my whole reflection. And I wanna sway into the sun. So when I play, well, I play for everyone. You got style, honey, let your season run. Yeah, well, no singing on my own. Yeah, could you hear his heart of stone? Hey, na 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 na, yeah. Well, I've got nothing if I don't got soul affection, and there ain't no running when I've got my own direction. Yeah, I've got the smiles, and you've got the sun. So when I play, well, I play for everyone. And your inner child's living under the gun. Well, no singing on my own. Yeah, could you hear his heart of stone? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. gotta trust that the truth will see us out. I know someday we will know what this was all about, but now, whoa, now, oh, now, yeah, hey, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. I hope you're with me out there. Well, I'm bold, never in the mold. I'm feeling it right in the soul. I'm reeling, yes, I gotta feel it now. Feel it now. Oh, I'm bold, never in the mold. I'm feeling it right in the soul. And I'm reeling, yes, I gotta feel it now. Feel it now. Oh, well, I'm bold, never in the mold. And I'm feeling it right in the soul. And I'm reeling, oh, I gotta feel it now. Feel it now. Feel it now, yeah. Oh, I'm bold, and I feel it now. Feel it now. Feel it now. Oh, I'm never now. Feel it now. Feel it now. Oh, I'm gonna feel it now. Feel it now. Feel it now. Never anymore. Babe. Yeah. Well, thank you guys, anyone out there watching. Definitely check that one out on Spotify when it comes out next Saturday, the 4th of October. It's called Heart of Stone. Thank you guys. And thank you to Kara for having me on the podcast. Yeah.
Yay!
That was pretty fun. I can be good. I could play as long as you want, but I could be good with that too. I had fun playing. And we went a lot longer than we thought we would, actually.
Heck yeah, I know we did way longer. I wanted to read you a comment that came on.
Yeah.
So this is from Don Juan, and it says, "Thank you for this, Kara," which is me. But he goes on to say, Nikko is super talented and a really great friend. Keep rocking, Nikko, and everyone, please follow his path to stardom.
Oh, Don is like a superstar in the area because he's at not just my shows, but he's at every friend of mine's band that's putting their own stuff out, and
That's amazing.
Don is the guy for sure. So thank you, Don. I didn't know you were here, but now I do, and I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you care.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thank you, Don, for those comments. We appreciate that, and for being here and listening as well. Well, everybody, I think you should go follow Nikko and his awesome journey. And we hope to have you back, of course, when you release your album, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, we'll come back. Yeah, we'll do a live thing, and I'd love to come out to your neck of the woods to do a show. Like, we'll come play. My guys will come out there. It'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be excellent. I would love that. But yeah, let's support him, you guys, as we do everybody else. But be sure to go follow him. Check him out on Spotify and listen and stream and all of the things that we've always said on this show of supporting local artists and being able to show them some love. So thank you for being here and seeing Nikko and being able to maybe be a new musician that you like. So hopefully that's the case.
I accept it. Thank you. I accept.
Yeah, let's do it. Well, thank you, everybody. Thanks again, and have a great Sunday. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, Kara. Appreciate it.
Yeah.